But I'd like to address myself to some of the objections that have been raised to this plan tonight. First, having to do with the process. We have been talking about a structural county deficit in this county for I don't know how many years. Our county executive has been focusing on this. We had a bipartisan brainstorming session in this very chamber, led by the county executive, to talk about issues and ideas related to solving our structural county balance. We had town meetings held by the county executive at different points throughout the county to talk about what issues we can bring to the table to focus on to try and fix our structural budget deficit. The issues that are implicit in the FAIR plan, every element of them, have been around for at least a year and have been discussed amply in the press and by legislators in different forums for at least the last year. The notice that was given for our meeting tonight and the plans that were made to call this special meeting have been done completely in accordance with the rules of this body. It's been said that this ignores the possibility of long-term growth. This somehow takes a pessimistic attitude about the future for our county and the future consequences for our county and our municipal sharing partners. There's no such thing. The municipal partners will share as time goes on, to the same extent they do now, the same percentages, in any future growth in the sales tax revenue. That will be shared in by all of our municipal sharing partners. I don't consider that a pessimistic outlook for the future. I think that's something that we and our municipal sharing partners can look forward to. At least one of the speakers so far has questioned the legality of the Medicaid swap. Now that's surprising. Here we have the statute in black and white that tells us that we are allowed to do this. We have the report of controllers in Appleton who has talked about the Medicaid swap, talked about how counties can elect into it, and made no exception for those few counties like ours that share their sales tax revenues with other municipal partners. We have reference to a letter from a functionary in the tax department that suggests a view that there may be a problem. The controller didn't identify any such problem in his report. And the only court decision that we have that actually addresses the merits of the issue says it's something that we, as a sales tax sharing community, can do it. Now, the appeals court changed that, but on the procedural grounds, they said it was not right for consideration, so they didn't talk about the merits. The only court that has ever looked at the merits has said we can do it. Legislator Bronson has tried to torture this plan into something that is a property tax increase, notwithstanding that we are reducing, as part of the plan, part that will come with the budget, we are actually reducing the county property tax rate. I don't know, I don't suppose that I'm surprised that legislators who would propose, for example, abolishing the water authority without even having any data about how that would affect the price paid by water customers would have trouble with other fiscal concepts, such as how a plan like this works. However, I think it's perfectly straightforward. Property taxes get reduced. Our towns, villages, and the city of Rochester are made whole. Our school districts are protected by the record increase in state aid. Legislator O'Brien and other legislators have talked about, well, there will be increases in school property taxes this year or next year. My only question, Mr. President, is, so what makes that different from any other year we've ever lived through? Those taxes are going to go up every year anyway. That's something we don't have any control over. What we do have control over is the understanding of the commitment made by the state government, made by the governor, that has already resulted in record state aid to our school districts that more than offset any effect of doing the Medicaid swap, and that they have pledged to continue into the foreseeable future. It's been said that there is a better way. I agree. There are lots of better ways. We've been talking about it for a long time. The only problem is the state doesn't allow us to do any of those better ways. The state tells us how we have to spend 80% of our money. The state tells us that we have to pay for a Medicaid program over which we have no control as to what it provides, what the services are, who is eligible. All we get to do is pay the bill. Tonight, we propose lifting that burden from the backs of our taxpayers. And I want to make another point, because people talk about children. Of anything we've ever done, the FAIR plan is truly for the children. Because children get taken care of by families. They get taken care of by parents. And those parents cannot continue to sustain the year after year increase of the Medicaid burden that threatens not only the stability of our county budget, but also threatens the well-being of every family, every household in this community. Mr. President, the truth is clearly evident. It speaks for itself. We have a FAIR plan that delivers the result we've been seeking for years. Our budget deficit problem is solved. Our municipalities are kept whole. We lift the Medicaid burden from our taxpayers, and we do it tonight because it